So this will be part 11 on the our spec build. A couple of things that I did yesterday that I didn't record. You would have seen me starting it up for the first time and all that stuff, right? Damn thing smoked like crazy for a while. And then all that smoking and stuff stopped, right? No big deal. I was just checking the fluids, checking the oil, all that stuff. And I did notice that, you know, after the car had warmed up, it also, well, two things. It was running just a little on the high side, like a little to the right of the middle where it should be. And there was no heat inside the car. So I came out and if you know anything about how these systems work, there's a thermostat, that's the hot side in and whatever. So this has the signs of a classic stuck thermostat. The one side, the upper side is nice and hot, like piping hot. And if you grab the lower rad hose, it's cold, absolutely cold. So it wasn't passing the coolant through and through the heater matrix and all that other stuff. So yeah, classic stuck thermostat. So what I did last night was I drained the coolant back out of it, and since I was doing it, I did a radiator flush on it. I said, screw it, I'm going to take it out anyways, just freaking flush the engine, flush the block, flush the radiator. So I did all that, got soaked, took a mouthful of antifreeze, which sucks. I'll show you the tool I use for that. It's still got antifreeze on it. Sorry, splashback, whatever from last night. But you hook a garden hose up to this end, and then you put an air hose in the bottom, and then there's a dial here where you can turn the water on and off, and you can pulse it in there. And since I was doing it all, I flushed out the heater core as well. Was right there. I was never going to be closer. So did all that last night. Started up, drove it back in. There's zero coolant in this car at the minute. I mean, everything's been flushed out of it. I have to go pick some up this morning, but before I do that, I'm going to pull the thermostat out of it, take that with me up to the Napa. It looks like they got two different types up there, so we'll see if we can get a thermostat for it. So instead of a price reveal, this is going to be replacing your thermostat. And then we'll do the price reveal tomorrow or later today, whatever. And then the other thing that concerned me, let me get rid of that tool. The other thing that concerned me yesterday, so it was starting fine. Yeah, I was driving it around and stuff. And then I shut it off. I went back to start it, and the Bendix in the starter didn't come out. The starter just spun. I was like, uh-oh. So I hit it back with a hammer, nothing, still was just spinning. So I just let the park brake down, put it in second gear, bumped it, and the car started right up again. And then shut it off, tried the starter worked. It's like, ooh, okay. So then I backed it up in, turned it off, tried the starter again, just the Bendix didn't come out. It was just, woo, yeah, that's what the noise they make. So well, the likely cause of that is, whoever's owned this car, they drove it into a puddle high enough to suck in water and do all the damage to the motor, right? Most likely that starter got dipped in water. And it probably has some surface rust, either on the shaft for the Bendix or, I don't know. The starter's not reliable anymore. So I'm going to have to take the starter out of it, which shouldn't be too bad from underneath. It's a couple bolts. I'm going to take the starter out, do a starter rebuild on it. I'll take it apart first and see if it's something I can just clean up or whatever. Starter works most of the time so far. But you don't want a starter that's not reliable. You'll get stranded somewhere. So I'm going to put a thermostat in it and then do a starter rebuild. Just to make it reliable. Other than that, this car is finished. I gotta show you guys this. My neighbor brought this up to me last night. He's getting ready to retire. He owned a roofing company, like that did all the commercial stuff, like Targets, Walmarts, like all that stuff. So he's got his own buildings and metal shops. It's pretty hardcore. But he's getting older. He's getting ready to retire. In fact, I think he is retiring. I mean, he's got it all shut down. he sold one of his workshops for like 800 grand. I mean, this guy's got some cash. But he came up last night. He knows I work on cars, and I help him out all the time with his cars. And he found this in one of his workshops, and he remembers this from like the 70s. When he was a kid, he worked in a petrol station or a gas station. But this is a 1040 Havoline oil, right? I mean, it's full. It's got oil in it. This thing's probably 40 years old, give or take. And if you notice, there's no way to open them, right? And there's no way to get into these things, right? I mean, when I was a kid, these came with a little strip, and you'd pull the strip back and pour them out. So this predates that, right? So he was telling me, here's what they did. So this is the tool that would come with these. I'll give you guys a look at that real quick. And this one, it doesn't even look like it's being used. I mean, if you look at the puncture side of it, I mean, I don't even think this tool's been used ever. So what he was telling me, what they did, you take this and you put it on the side of the can, and then you puncture the can, like you push that straight in, and then you just use that spout to dump your oil wherever you need to go, right? And see, yeah, he remembered, when he was a kid. He's 60 something, but when he was a kid, he'd be like puncturing oil cans all the time and filling people's cars up. So I thought that was kind of cool. I don't think it's worth any money or anything, but I thought, man, that's old school, Today you get 5 gallons in a plastic jug, right? This is, tin, whatever metal it's made of. But yeah, I thought that was real cool. I really like this piece of it. Yeah, it's kind of it's got the air holes in there too, and it's old school engineering right there. So yeah, it's an antique for the garage somewhere. Oh my God, it amazes me how quickly these things will freeze back onto a pipe. I mean, I just put this on yesterday. Hey, we're going to do this a different way. Come on, buddy. Help you get there, little fella. Louise. You guys ever have that happen to you? You put one of these on, and then the next day you go take it off. It's like it just doesn't want to do it. You think it would pop right back off. Jeez. Yeah, I gotta get that whole pipe up out of there, which is a pain in the dick because that 10 milliliter is a real pain to get to. Oh, yeah. Whew. Well, that was easy. Like, why? I don't know why that gets so tight. I don't get it. Whatever. All right, so we find the price. Here's our thermostat housing here. It looks like 3 12 mils. I think I might have said 10s. 3 12s. We're where we need to be. Check our turbo. It spins beautifully. Let's see. Always get the one you can't see first, because if you leave that to the end, it's gonna fight you. Might have to get a small. Yeah, let me get a small turbo. Just be a little careful in here. There's a few sensors and things. You don't want to go in here breaking stuff. I can't see anything. So that's the one you can't see. Just go ahead and crack the other two, and you can get it with a your little electric 3/8. There's a pipe there too. Don't back yourself into that. That'd be a rookie mistake. All right, last one. And I believe there's no gasket on this. The gasket's the O-ring around the thermostat. At least that's what it looked like in the picture. And we shouldn't really have any water or anything here. I mean, there might be a little bit of something here, but the system's empty. Yeah, nothing. Dry. So yeah, the gasket's the thermostat. So just looking at it, there's a little nipple on it. The nipple sits up almost 12 o'clock. So get a little screwdriver to pop it out. There she goes. There she goes. Yeah, a little bit of water running out of there. No big deal. That was me last time. Whoa. So this guy's stuck for whatever reason. He doesn't want to open. So we'll get a new one. Let's get this gasket out of here too. While we're here. I mean, the new one should come with a gasket, but just in case, let's get a pick and get that out gracefully. Let's not freaking destroy it, just in case. There's a little indentation you can go in, and then just pull it out. Just in case we don't get this, save it. But this goes around your thermostat, right? It's a little lip in there for it. That's it. It's a 5-minute job. Okay, we got our thermostat from the Napa. I did test it. I stuck it in some water. I just boiled the kettle, dumped the water in a Pyrex dish. I actually put a cable tie on this and then dunked it. And I had the water set about 5 or 6 degrees greater than when this should open. And I dropped it in, and you could see, you could see this end piece opening up. Came all the way out to the top, so it's fully open at that point. And of course, it sucked back in after I removed it. So I also did that with the one I took out, and I couldn't get it to open. It stuck. So stuck thermostat, hence no heat. We made the right call. We're gonna slap it in. Shouldn't take too long. So hopefully you can see in here. Here's our the back of our water pump housing. I'm gonna get a little tissue, dry it out. There goes the mailman. This doesn't need to be, you just need to make sure there's no debris in there. And there's a little notch, and I'll show you that. So on the sealant surface here, see that little notch right there? Well, there's a corresponding notch for that in the side of the water pump. So you just want to set it in and line that up. Now, Connor's playing basketball. Moose. So yeah, just slots in just like that. Not super hard. Did he stop or no? No meal? Yes. You know what no meal means, right? No meal, no bills. Right? Yep. And yeah, so once you get it, you know, lined in there, just put your bracket back on. It's 312 mils. I always run one and, you know, almost all the way in, and then why are these 12 mils different? They're not. I grabbed the 14 mil from here. Phew. So yeah, don't do what I do. Almost tried to stuff the wrong bolt in there. And then the hardest one to get to, do that last, right? So it's the opposite of when you're taking it off there. It should go in fairly easy because you got the other two in already. So. If you can get to it. That's it. Installed. So really the rest of it's just, you know, putting it all back together. I'll record that, but if you don't want to watch it, skip ahead about 2 or 3 minutes, I guess. I don't know. There's not much to put back in, really. I'm going to do this first because it was a pain. Hello, Connor. What you up to?
Nothing. I put my basketball away.
You put your basketball away?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I bet the YouTube's going to be thankful of that. Slid right on. What? I need... Yeah, they can... There we go. You got to give it the reach around your miss. Huh? Uh-huh. AKA the classic reach around, right? Air charge pipe. Yeah. What do you want to do tonight, Miss?
I don't know.
I'm thinking we should drink some beer. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah? Oh, I'm kicking the camera. Whoops.
Speaking of eating, I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Yes,
You just had a taco, man.
like 2 hours ago.
It wasn't 2 hours ago. It was like 45 minutes ago. And yet that whole damn thing. No, you're right. It was more like an hour and a half ago. What do you want to eat then?
Some cereal.
You want a bowl of cereal? Are you going to get Cheerios or Alphabet?
What? I'm going to get Special K.
Special K?
Dry.
Oh, okay. Do you need me to help you?
No.
You got it? All right. Be careful. If you need me, just come out and get me, right? Are you coming back out when you're done? That's it. That's how you put a thermostat in. Everything's nice and tight. You got put those two clips on. That's pretty much it. And we'll put the coolant in it. I try and put them clamps back where they were, that way you can't tell they're off. You don't have to do that though. Let's throw our intake on. So we're going to use this and no spill funnel thing for our coolant. Now I'll leave them lights on, why not? So yeah, thermostat's back in. Petcock is closed. Yeah, we're ready to go. So grab your coolant. I just fill that shit right up. And while it's burping like that, I'll put my tools away. Fill her up, right? Let's squeeze the hoses. We're gonna look at all them bubbles. We're gonna make it fart. See that?
Wait, can I do it?
Oh, it's done now. I won't do it anymore. Oh, look, it almost got you.
Push.
Huh?
Spit out.
It almost got you, didn't it?
It went.
Where'd it get? Here?
Here and here.
It almost got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Wee! Wee!
Yeah, we're just gonna let that thing fill for a long time, like 20 minutes. So again, it's still at the cold mark, right? If you can see that, it's probably just getting ready to move up off of there. And if we, there we go. Let's get that there. We're at 90, almost 100 Fahrenheit coming out of the vent, which is, I mean, it feels perfect. Yeah. Yeah, right about 101, and again, it's still cold, right? That's pretty much exactly what it should be doing. Yesterday, it was ice cold coming out of there when the heat was on full, and the car was starting to overheat. Stuck thermostat. Pretty basic stuff. But if you have that problem, or maybe you're not a car guy or a car girl, and you're wondering why your heat's not working, yeah, just most likely a thermostat if you've got that same set of symptoms there. Alright, this car has cycled the fan for 4 times now. I'll show you guys where it's at. If you can see in there, oh my god. So it's pretty much done. I haven't seen any bubbles in a while. The fan's still cycling. That's the 4th time. On the inside, interior is beautiful. It's exactly what you want to see. You want that hot cold mark right in the middle, or right before the middle. So this car's fixed. Shit, I rebuilt the engine in it. And then, you know, after I put it all back together, thermostat was stuck. You know, damn thing started overheating. You know, I panicked. I thought, shit, I done something wrong. No, yeah, it's stuck thermostat. No big deal. I'm gonna shut it off. I gotta adjust the brakes on it as well. I'll do that today. And then it's time for a cleaning. And the next video will be the price reveal. I'm teasing that price reveal.